Welcome to December.
Yeah. Holiday season.
December to remember.
I feel like I like holiday season because obviously the cheer and things, but Sacramento maybe doesn't do the best job of it. Like we have the ice rink by the arena,
Right.
but and then East Sac, kind of where you live, has like a neighborhood that goes crazy with decorations.
Like, Fabulous 40
should be like more famous. Like how cool it is.
Probably so, yeah.
Like it is locally because the houses themselves feel like whatever. When you think of Christmas, I always think of like an era in my head, you know, and it's probably a little bit pre-Home Alone. It's probably what's the one in Cleveland? A Christmas Story?
Yeah.
I think that's the era, right? Like that for some reason that's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like those style houses, that like grain on the film, like that I think that's for a lot of Americans.
Yeah.
And those style houses are right there in the Fab 40s in East Sac. And then beyond that, though, we don't have like the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. For people who are, number one, old, or number two, like to watch reruns of old TV shows from the like 70s or 80s or whatever, 8 is Enough
I've heard of that.
was based here. I mean, the story was apparently in Sacramento. It was based on somebody who was actually the career of someone who lived in Sacramento, but the only part that they shot was the outside of the house, and it's in the Fab 40s.
It's in East Sac.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same with like Full House and stuff, right? Like where the intro is and then where the actual house is all different.
Yeah.
And they obviously didn't film it in San Francisco.
Right.
It's probably in Hollywood. But just like going to other cities, and then I remember I used to go to New York every December for like a seminar, at least like 4 years in a row, and like the Christmas spirit there is insane.
Yeah.
Right, like the lights, obviously the cold, but just like something about the city. They decorate like every building's got like a wreath or something. And I'm not like a huge holiday guy, but there is something like cheery about that. And then even Vegas has it. Like you're walking down the outdoor mall in our neighborhood, and it's like just kidded. You know, like, and it's just little things, like whether it's a wreath or a little fucking whatever. And maybe it's because I don't go to like our mall here because our mall's just not fun or nice.
One's ghetto. The close one's ghetto,
and the other one's getting fucked up too. I heard.
It's not great up there either.
So like, I don't know, I don't know who would do it or what, because we don't have like a good strip of stuff in downtown Sac. We have a bunch of little pockets.
I haven't been to Doco in December, so I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, they do
there.
okay. They do okay. The ice rink.
Yeah,
but then even that, like if that whole strip by our basketball arena all the way to the convention center was stuff, then they could do it. But like it's kind of like even me, like I don't decorate because only like 2 of my neighbors decorate. But like if I lived in the Fab 40s and everyone decorates, even if I'm a Grinch, you're gonna decorate.
The pressure's hard.
Pressure's
really
so
hard.
Like as a business, I feel it's the same thing. Whether you're a holiday guy or not, or want to spend that budget, if every surrounding business does it,
right,
then you'd probably do it. But we don't have like any of that, and there is something special about it. I don't know why.
I bought one of those LED projector things for the front of my house.
Yeah.
I have it mostly pointed up in the tree though, that big red oak tree, and the leaves are still on it, so it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, that's just cool. And I'm not the Grinch, but I'm not a huge holiday guy, but there is something special about it. Like even commercials, I feel like some of that you lose because we don't have commercials anymore, and that used to kind of set the tone, right? Because there'd be commercial style stuff. It just kind of gets you in the mood and made everything like feel more full. And yeah, it's all fucking capitalism and Hallmark holidays, but there's something cool about it, right? Because everyone's positive,
right?
You know, like I think of the net win. It's a net positive. It's a net win because everyone like kind of be in a good mood. But yeah, I feel we miss some of that. You got sports.
Yeah.
It's a good sports season, right? New Year's, you have all the college football games. Basketball is finishing up its first in-season tournament, which we just got booted out of.
Sadly.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I was following the box score.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it, but the game before or the game before that? The Friday night's game, maybe?
Where they Denver?
Last Warriors game. Yeah, where they won by 1.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah, that was the last in-season game. That was good. Yeah, so sports are good. You know, NFL season's wrapping up. You're starting to see, what the playoff picture looks like. But I don't know where I was going with that. It's cold. And you said welcome December. That's what.
Yes, welcome to December.
Like the whole December is supposed to be that shit.
I got a question. This is a future programming question. Should we do Home Alone?
I do like Home Alone, honestly, and I don't think it's a hot take. Although I mentioned it on Instagram once and people got pissed. I think Home Alone 2 is better.
Is it?
I think so.
We'll see if we can get.
Have you seen them? No.
I don't think I've ever seen him like
front to back.
Front to back, no.
Home Alone 2, I don't know why I'm still like this, and it's part of the reason I like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and stuff is like obviously like world building, and they do it to the extreme. They're the best ever to do it. But even in Home Alone, so Home Alone 1, he's just defending his family's home.
Right.
And so you see like regular suburbia, and like I think it's supposed to take place in Illinois for a rich family. And like that's cool. But Home Alone 2, this kid's lost in New York. And as a kid watching that, that's like, they didn't build the world because New York City's real, but it felt like world building because he's just exploring the city all alone as a kid. So it felt like such a cool adventure. And I still kind of enjoy that. And he's running through Central. That's probably the first time I learned what Central Park was and shit. You know?
Yeah?
I'd imagine Macaulay's around my age. Maybe a hair older.
Man, he just got his star on the Walk of Fame. I think he's 41.
Yeah, that makes sense. So definitely like same generation.
Yeah.
Because when that movie came out, I was probably just a couple years younger than him. But yeah, I think I'm down to do that. A Christmas Story. I don't know if I've seen that front to back, but that was my dad's favorite because it took place in the neighborhood he grew up in.
Oh, really?
And I think it actually filmed it there too. You know what I mean? Where like the other movies we were talking about like took place or like took one picture. I think they straight filmed it
there.
And
Macaulay Culkin is 43.
Okay, so a good amount. Hair older.
Yeah, he's a hair
but
older.
generational-ish. But yeah, Christmas Story. What's the hella sad one in black and white? That's my mom's favorite.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life. I've seen that way too many goddamn
That
times.
movie's really subversive.
Yeah.
It's very dark and subversive.
It can be.
If you pay attention to it.
Yeah, especially for a Christmas film.
Yeah. I don't even think it was originally released at Christmas.
No, probably not. Yeah, it's just about
It was a giant failure.
Yeah, that's even like some of that, like Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie to me because they were released on Christmas.
Right.
Even some of the Star Wars.
You know, which ones?
I think for sure 7, 8, 9. I don't know about the older ones.
Oh, yeah. The other ones were all released around May, I think.
I think same with the 1, 2, 3. Obviously, Harry Potter has some holiday quips in it, which I enjoy. Elf. Yeah, I saw that thing. I swear to God, I was thinking about it. There was an ad going around or like a meme, but I think it was real where some company was paying you to watch like a movie Christmas a day and do surveys. You know, you can get paid for some for it.
You're right.
But it was about like $2,000. I was like, shit, I could probably watch a movie a day for $2,000.
It wouldn't suck.
Yeah. And some of them are decent, you know? Elf's pretty funny. I think it's one of Will Ferrell's best movies, actually. What else is there? Home Alone. I watched some other like corny one. I don't know.
I just listened to a podcast about Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
And that was like the last kid movie that really kid-focused movie that John Hughes did. And then he went on to do like the Vacation movies and the Home Alone movies. And whatever. There's obviously a kid in Home Alone and there are kids in Vacation, but they're not the... Yeah,
they're like normal.
They're not the only like characters. And
right.
And it isn't about relationships among kids.
Yeah, you call it like a family movie, I guess, versus like a child's movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know. Maybe I'm just too old now. Because I'm sure they make like kids' movies. And I just have no idea. Because again, we don't have commercials. I feel like I'm tapped out. I feel like if you have commercials, you get like a feel of everything.
Yeah. Geez. I know there was a Paw Patrol movie sometime in the last couple of months.
I saw that on a billboard.
Yeah.
That's pretty kiddish.
Yeah, that's very mainstream kid stuff.
Yeah. That's all I know. There's a new, I watched a new Adam Sandler animated. And that's like for kids, but it's not really for kids. Kind of the same idea. Kind of family-esque. It's decent. It's on Netflix. I think it actually got pretty good reviews from folks. It's kind of like, I think he writes and produces most of his new stuff. And so like Spanglish is obviously, but that's a little more serious. Or a little more adult, but like Click and them all like have like a moral lesson, and maybe just growing up in the '90s, that's how it right. Like every Full House, every Fresh Prince, like
I think we all learned an important lesson.
They're like straight up tell you at the end of the. And I think some of that's kind of important, right? Like if we're not gonna like bound ourselves to kind of religion, which you can argue has just as much bad as good, whatever, but there's at least morals that are taught to kids.
Yeah.
Some of these movies, you know, it's different than just having a kid play fucking GTA all day. But they, the new, I think he's a chameleon or something in the movie, kind of has these cool little lessons in it. And I think it's good. It's good for you fucking nerds to learn, or your kids.
Well, you're just back from being sick.
Yeah, it took me out. Some kind of flu. Turned to some kind of sinus infection. Turned to I'm tired. But
Yeah.
I think I don't know what it is. Yeah, me and Bart had dinner once when I was in Vegas with the group, and I think him and I are the only ones sick.
Really?
Yeah, I gave it to my mom later. She didn't like get sick there, but then she stuck around me all day, so she got sick later. But Gio didn't, Taika didn't. We were there with JoJo, and Hannah, his wife. No one gets sick, and then me and Bart are texting. I'm like, dude, why do I fucking get 8 hours of sleep? Why do I eat fucking vegetables? Like,
if
why?
I'm just gonna get sick anyway.
If I'm the pussy out of everyone getting sick.
Maybe you would be more sick if you weren't doing those things.
I for sure would be. Like I used to get really sick when we were traveling a ton. I travel a good amount now, but I was traveling so much and like didn't realize the sleep I needed. But now, I mean, I hadn't been sick for a year and a half,
Oh,
so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm probably like a year and a half, and then I get crushed and I turn into a baby, and that's I guess like a stereotype that men just turn into complete babies when they get sick. I'm definitely that. But I'm not like needy. I just like lay all day.
Yeah.
You know? But like what else am I going to do? I do think you're stupid if you're pretty sick, meaning 6, 7 out of 10 or worse.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to try to go do shit. One, you're going to get people sick, which I think's super annoying. And then two, like there's no way you wouldn't heal better if you just sleep.
Yeah.
So like you're going to make it longer. So why wouldn't I just like take as many days, 3 to 5 days, and just pass the fuck out? I can still work on my laptop. Yeah, I don't know why. Because people do that all the time. They're like hacking around in the airports or they're fucking, you know?
Some people just are more likely to get certain kinds of things. Like,
That's
you know,
for sure.
I just haven't been sick, like sick.
Yeah.
I got shit going on, but it's not that I'm sick.
Yeah, not fever, knocked out
No,
shit.
it's been so long.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I guess some of it's got to be random. I know there's like old wives' tales of vitamin C, but like I sleep so good, I eat so good, I exercise, I got no health issues. You know,
I take a multivitamin every day. I mean, that's about it.
you know what I mean? Yeah. Or if you look at like how many, because there's other people that are like, yeah, I just don't really get sick, and they're fucking alcoholics, and you know what I mean, getting no sleep. They're going partying every weekend.
Yeah, I'm not partying, but I don't sleep great.
Yeah. And you would think that would all fix it, and it doesn't. I think it's just so unrelated. I don't know, and that's probably why there's that kind of medicine. I'm for sure all behind. You get this fucking virus, like knock that bitch out.
Yeah.
You know what else are you gonna do?
Antibiotics, all that kind of. You have to take an antibiotic for your.
I probably could have for the sinus infection, because it lasted like 4 days. But I hate doctors, so I just rested it out. Like it'd probably speed it up.
Yeah, or maybe not. 4 days is not that long.
Yeah, it's
for
not.
Sinus infection.
I normally go. I wait for about a week, and I'm still a little nasally right now. But if I'm like fucked for a week, then I'm going to the doctor because it's probably strep and you need some shit. But that's so rare, you know. I'm normally knocked out pretty good for 3 to 4 days, and then half alive 3 to 4 days.
Yeah,
and then sniffles 3 to 4 days, and rinse and repeat. I think that's just kind of how it goes, you know. It's cold out. I'm riding my fucking bike in the cold. I think that's a wife's tale too, though.
Oh, it's not.
Really? Cold makes you sick?
Having cold air in your sinus cavity for a sustained period of time, I think it's like at least 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
It lowers the immunity of the cells in your sinus cavity.
And things are going to fly by.
And so if you breathe something in, you're more likely to catch it if the immune system of your sinuses is lowered.
Interesting. So is everyone Alaska just fucking dead?
They just
because you can't keeping warm wouldn't affect it if it's just your sinus.
No, keeping warm doesn't make that much difference. But like that's why you would that's why you get a scarf and you just put the scarf in front of your face so that or a ski mask or something so you're actually just breathing somewhat warmed air. It's not as cold.
Yeah, because think of it like how many outdoor jobs there are. Like Vegas is cold. Vegas is just as cold as here, and construction there goes fucking ham. Like those dudes are schmobbing from like 6 to 6.
Yeah,
and they work so fast and so hard, and they're all out there just fucking chilling. I'm like, dude, that's 40 degrees.
Is that cold? I mean, I know they're on. It's a high desert,
same as here.
So
same as here. Yeah, a couple freezes overnight. Yeah, if you look at the weather, so far it's been like identical to here. A little less rain, because like when I landed late Friday, I think. There's like sprinkles and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we really rained over in Vegas, but yeah, it's very similar. Eerily.
I think it rained overnight either Thursday night or Friday night. I don't remember which one, but
yeah, it was Friday night. Yeah, and even Saturday was a little wet.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually think night times might be warmer here sometimes. I was looking at the shit and it was like 50 degrees at night, 60 during the day. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it got into the 30s a couple times last week.
Yeah, last year
overnight.
for sure, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets nipply. But sorry to all you Wisconsin folk. You're all fucking sick. Sucks to be you.
I couldn't live in like that. I just couldn't live I couldn't live in a place where it was so cold outside that I had mobility issues.
I kind of want to do the Alaska, month where it's only dark. It's right now, right? I think it's right now. Don't they go 30 days and don't see the sun?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. I can't imagine. I mean, I would be highly unproductive, but I don't know if I don't think I'd mind it that much. I was looking at houses in Alaska randomly. I don't know. I just scroll around and shit. It's pretty cool up there, man. It looks pretty cool. I have a buddy now that does deep sea fucking, what's the deadliest catch? He does shit like that all summer. He used to be a chef here in Sacramento. He's an old high school buddy of mine. I just had watched the Kings game with him a week or two ago. And he says how sketchy it is up there. He's like, dude, yeah, it's pretty sketchy. You're living on the boat. You have no clue what time it is. It's dark so much. And he's like, you're just counting fish in, feeling like you're reeling in money. Because every pound I roll in, depending on the type of fish, is just more I get paid. So I'm just, and he works, 2 or 3 months out of the year.
Jeez.
He said this one was a little short. It was a month and a half for some reason. And then that's that. You make enough money to chill the rest of the year.
I've never been to Alaska. My late best friend had a command up there at Elmendorf Air Force Base, and if he'd gone back, he was at the Pentagon when he passed away. If he'd gone back to Alaska, I'm sure I would have gone up.
Yeah,
there
worth a visit.
Check it out. But
yeah, a little summertime cruise up there would seem kind of good. I don't know, grizzly bears and fucking. He's like, yeah, do you just see American eagles flying around and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's probably what California was fucking 800 years ago.
I saw that Alaska Airlines just bought Hawaiian Airlines.
Yeah, 1.9 bill or something.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to change their name to 4950 or what.
Yeah, I don't know how some of that huge business works. I can't imagine. On my own and with you and multiple times we've looked at acquiring businesses or selling businesses, and on that scale just blows my fucking brain.
Yeah.
How do you come up with that number? How do you negotiate? How many decibels of your fucking papers are you reading over? How many years of data are you analyzing before selling or purchasing something worth and $2 billion's kind of cheap in my eyes for an airlines. I don't know what airlines make, but what was Twitter? 40 billion.
Yeah.
And obviously social media runs the world nowadays. So
yeah, but it's not worth 40 million now. I don't think it was worth 40 million when you bought it either. But.
Bill, right?
Huh?
Wasn't it Bill? Not Mill.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, who knows?
I think it's worth 4 bill now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't even know how you calculate that.
I don't know either, because there's so much so much of it is the advertising revenue, which they're not getting right now. So
maybe I feel like the majority of values in data.
Yeah, that's another.
They probably have an insane amount of data.
Yeah, probably not as much as Meta does, but yeah.
Yeah, Facebook rules the world, or Amazon. Amazon really rules the world.
Yeah, Amazon's in our pockets, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I came in yesterday and brought in a whole load of cardboard from my house because I've bought a bunch of shit, redoing some rooms and stuff like that, and just you end up with a ton of cardboard and whatever, and between Wayfair and Amazon,
yeah,
it's just so much shit coming in. I bought so much stuff at Amazon. I am now an Amazon professional, whatever that means.
Just hit the gold account.
But you get special pricing, so it's
interesting.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I just had to put in this business information. I bought this rug that we're on now for the business. So
yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they got everybody.
For Black Friday, I bought a towel warmer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I've seen those.
It's pretty cool.
I've seen those. Yeah, it makes sense. They're the first. The first one that pops in my head is Zappos. When you're talking business that made shit so fast and convenient, Zappos was a middle low end shoe store that would get you shit overnight and then free returns.
Right.
right? Which is what was unheard of. And then Amazon just took it to that next level. Even though it does, we are spoiled here because we have like a distribution center. Like I can't get as much stuff next day or day of in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna build one because Vegas is absolutely going bonkers.
I had a Google Mesh Wi-Fi router in my house, and 2 of the 3 nodes crapped out like Thursday, Friday.
That's
so
nice.
Friday morning, I'd done a bunch of like quick research trying to figure out what I should buy. I was like, fuck it, I'll just get the Google Nest ones. They're 5E, or 6E. They're relatively fast, whatever, relatively easy to set up. I ordered them at like 10 o'clock in the morning. They were there 3 hours later.
Yeah.
And I didn't even ask for that.
Yeah, that shit used to be a fucking 4-weeker, you know?
3 hours later.
Yeah.
Like I was
That's
3
wild.
hours later, I was installing it, for heaven's sake.
I think New York, Miami, a couple places have those little robots delivering shit too. It's probably even faster.
Oh, yeah.
Delivering food or delivering a fucking Amazon package. I don't know.
Yeah. Been a minute since we've done a rose and thorn.
Yeah.
What you got? You got one or the other, or both?
Nothing major. I'm feeling good. That's always a rose. Yeah, it's like so cliche and so corny, but like till you're like beat up or injured and you're trying to be an athlete or lift or something, or till you're sick, like you just never appreciate how good you feel. So today's probably the first day I feel like normal. Like I woke up and I didn't have like something growing in my throat I had to hack out.
Nice.
So yeah, roses to that. Roses to all that.
I got one that's both a rose and a thorn. It's a good thing and slightly a bad thing. Our friend Dan, his security business is doing quite well.
He's moving.
And for basically the majority of the time that we've been open, he's been renting 1, if not 2, parking spaces for his patrol units.
Yeah.
In our parking lot.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Fat Dan runs I think mostly business now, but started in the bouncing world, security company, bars, restaurants, etc. Now he has a lot more businesses, grocery stores, apartment buildings, car dealerships, etc. And I think he started maybe 6 months to a year before we started as a business technically. But we all have kind of sprouted together.
Yes, and they're doing quite well, and they have their own office facility now, and
little HQ.
Sadly, they've moved their cars away from here, which means 2 more parking spaces for our members, but like less parking revenue for us.
True,
but
and maybe security. I guess we'll find out now.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that because they were not always parked there overnight, and I think that's when we got the most issue. But
and you just never know, because there's so much information on the internet and stuff, like on crime and what's happening or what's not happening, and who's got an agenda to push it. And then on top of that, you always wonder, like, does security even? No offense, Dan. Does security even help? Like if it's not a cop, and if people aren't scared of repercussions, and you see an empty car that says security. And you're really you're either really mischievous or you're an actual criminal. Is it going to stop you?
That's a good question.
Probably not. I mean, that's what they say, like lights and this and that stop people, but I don't know, man. This shit I see on like fucking content creators, like the famous one is like those kids that were filming themselves run over the police chief. Did you see that?
No.
That happened in July, I believe, and they kind of kept it hush, but then they opened the case more publicly. It happened in Las Vegas. There was 2, they had to be 16, 17 years old, and they're driving and like vlogging or on TikTok or something. They have a video of it, and there's a gentleman bike riding in front of them, and I think maybe they hit a trash can like fucking around. They're like, get him, and they scream at this guy. Flips over the car, obviously. I think they kill him.
Jeez.
Turns out he's a retired police chief.
Oh, my God.
And they're just 2 little punk kids trying to make content. And then it gets worse, because they're... I don't know if it's generational, you fucking Zoomers, or what. But then they're in the courthouse, and they're, like, smiling and shit. And, like, God. Someone says something... And I don't know if it's an interview or another video, but they say, like, it's all right, we'll be out of here in 6 months or something. I'm like, obviously not. Hopefully Yeah, you gotta, and that's what sucks then too, right? Because then it becomes an emotional decision. Like, do we have to make a fucking example out of these kids? Which you kind of have to do, right, to set the tone of what the hell's going on. That you can't just film yourself. Some kid, I forgot his name. He was being highly disrespectful live stream in Japan. He's doing 5 years in jail over there.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, there's shit like that going on all the time. It's crazy. It's stemming from content. And we foreshadowed and warned you, sons of bitches. Fucking, I swear to God, like 8 years ago, I was like, man, if just like lifting advice isn't enough, now you got to bench press a chick, now you got to bench press a nuclear bomb, and now you're going to bench press who knows what.
Right.
Like, it's only going to get crazier, and that's just like what's happening now. People getting arrested is just so stupid for creating what you think is views and like appreciation.
Yeah, not worth it, guys.
Yeah, like,
not worth it.
Yeah, what's the best case? The best case is you get because like your first video or like thing to go viral, you're not going to make a bunch of money on. Like, you're just going to maybe get some followers. So then you're going to have to follow it up, right? You have to do it for a while to actually monetize and make money.
Right.
And to follow it up, you're going to have to do something as crazy, if not crazier.
Right.
And like the chances that you do enough of these, you're going to need 100 videos in a year that you're not going to get in trouble. So you can't even like value the affirmations from the followers who don't actually care about you and pay you. Then you won't be able to spend your money because you'll be in fucking prison.
Yeah, for sure. And I both of us have paid attention to John Dorsey, Goob.
Yeah.
And just like I people have mixed emotions about him, but I think that any time that you're like trying to either validate or discount what people are doing to generate money off of people who don't probably do the kind of research they need to do to understand what they're paying for.
Yeah.
I guess.
Some of it's crazy. I even tweeted the other day because I was scrolling, and I swear to God, like 3 or 4 doom scrolls in a row. It was like Photoshop clearly, fake abs I saw on a woman. These aren't people I know. These are just like the doom scrolls. Fake abs. And they're all fitness people. They're selling something. I read the captions. They're selling something, or you go to their bio and they got a program or a supplement. Photoshop, fake abs, Photoshop, like fake butt. And like, dude, do whatever you want, but like photoshopping to sell shit. And I know the other thing too is that like people act like that's new. I think that's, like that, every magazine in the 80s and 90s did the same thing. Like, not that it's right, but it's not new. Now it's just like in the hand of the beholder, and the person rather than the company. But some of it's fucking wild, man. Ab fucking implants. There's a big drama going on. Let's talk about Kyle. I don't even like the guy, although he's getting very popular. Matt Rife.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
there's
he's very controversial right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's that controversial. Like, when you look at comedy and then look at the one thing he's getting bopped for, I'm like, dude, like, way crazier shit's going on the internet than this guy making like a special needs joke, But the layered thing is that he got insane face surgery. And you see some before and afters.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's crazy. And look, man, I know I'm ugly and I got fucked up shit. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not a millionaire. And I also don't blame you. Like, once you get rich, like, yeah, you go get teeth and you get your fucking shit done. Like, I get it. But like, he looked like Gollum. and then like now he's all like, he's got, I swear to God, he got cheekbones, a jawline, and steroids. Like, he's all jacked. He looks like Captain America all of a sudden.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the before is crazy. And, I look, again, I'm not a model, never claimed to be. I ain't wealthy enough to buy a jawline, but holy shit. And I think the big issue is he's denying it. I don't know, but I heard there's drama going on. And what's funny to that, too, is, like, I listen to a lot of comedians, and some of them say, I don't know if it was Rogan, I think it was some other guy said, like, they make excuses that comedians shouldn't be jacked and good looking, like they won't get the same laughs. But that doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, Eddie Murphy's a pretty good-looking cat. Like, yeah, he ate a little gap tooth, but, like, when he was crushing, like, Delirious and all that, he's a good-looking cat.
Yeah.
Chris Rock's a pretty good-looking cat.
Yeah.
Will Smith, although he's not known for his stand-up in particular, is a good-looking cat. Mm-hmm. Like, Kevin Hart, despite being 5'2", is very good-looking and jacked, and always has been. Started his career that way. Mm-hmm. Even Rogan, he went through a phase where his hair's there, but his hair's not there. But, like, he's a pretty normal, good-looking dude.
Yeah. And
he obviously made it just fine. So, like, no way can you claim, like, only ugly fat guys can be funny.
No, I think that there's a certain amount of dissonance in the way that you perceive the way people look, like how your reaction to when you see them. And if they're, like, if you have to process part of how they look and process what they say,
Yeah.
it's harder. I
Maybe.
think.
Maybe. But even that, if you look like every comedian, like there's something about them. They all have like a look. Norm McDonald, you know, like they all have like particular features or like something kind of memorable. And some of them are like the normal white dude, right? Like the Bill Burrs and the Louis C.K.'s. Like that's just like the most typical 55-year-old looking dude, you know?
I think a lot of the time it's what you see, you know, in their eyes. It's like whatever their face does, but their eyes will tell you, you know, where the joke's going.
Sure, or if like the humor's got to match up with how they look for sure.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like a really good looking dude and he'll do like a thing and it's just like doesn't like line up. But like the comedy speaks. Like if you're fucking funny, I think you're fucking funny. I don't know if that argument wins. And I forgot who said it, but guys were talking about like being scared to lose weight or be all jacked. He's like, who have you seen all jacked on stage? I'm like, there's been a couple people.
Yeah, there are a few.
Yeah. And none, you know, looking like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but
there's one guy, and I can't remember what his name is. There's one guy that is jacked.
Like actually jacked?
Yeah, he looks like a bodybuilder.
That's Matt Rife now. That fool is fucking jacked. Or Rogan. Rogan's pretty fucking jacked now. We saw him close up. Like he's a little pit bull. He looks like a power lifter.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I don't know. But even, Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy, like they're two like, Dave Chappelle's like normal looking. I wouldn't say he's handsome, but like he's normal looking.
Yeah, he's normal looking.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he's in shape-ish. Yeah, he's ripping cigarettes and shit like crazy. He's probably not healthy, but...
I'm sure he's probably not.
Yeah. And as a kid, he looked normal, you know?
Yeah.
When he was younger and doing shit. I don't know.
He's been around for a minute.
Yeah, forever.
Well, before we go, let's pivot to a sort of fitness powerlifting related question that I happened to see on Reddit earlier today. The question is, when did you feel the strongest?
Oh, pretty interesting.
Physically in your like,
I don't know,
lifting career.
There's probably been a couple of like blocks or phases where you just feel like invincible. Like, cause you know, if you power lift and things, you never really try to miss, right? So you want to build success to build on the success. Same with like basketball. Like you don't practice missing shots. Like you want to practice making, and the misses will happen when they happen. Obviously, the percentage is a bit different in lifting. You can crank that up to 99% completion rate, but there's definitely been like training phases and times in life where you feel like whatever's on the bar is probably going to move, at least somewhat. But I think a lot of that's just like flow in time. I don't think there's like a particular age or a particular experience level I was at. Because I had that same thing probably when I was 23, 24, 25, intermediate phase. I just knew like, yeah, we couldn't load up 800 and it's going to move, but like any smart-ish load, I'm going to smash. And you just feel like strong grabbing shit. And some of that's day to day. I even feel it now. I was just at a commercial gym and it was actually pretty cool. They had like a separate room with like 6 squat racks and some bumpers and shit. It was my first session back from being like sick, and I was just squatting 225, just trying to move my body. But I grabbed a bumper and he just palmed it, lifted it and put it on the bar like one-handed. I think there's like little like indicators of my own that I know if I'm strong or not. You know what I mean? And same with like lifting when you're competing, like even now, like I'm a 700-ish pound puller, not today, but in general it's in my bones. So like I know how 500 should move. And so if I smash 500, it's like an indicator like, all right, I feel pretty strong today. Or stuff like that, my grip I can really feel. Like if I grab a plate, there's other times too, I'll grab like a metal plate and like put it on bench and I'm like, fuck, that was really heavy. Like why'd that pound plate get so heavy? So some of it's just like depending on how much fatigue you have physically or stress-wise. But yeah, I don't know. Because I bet you ask a lot of powerlifters this, and they'll give you like a direct thing, Oh, before I squatted 881, or when I turned 30, I could just feel, or my 8th year of training. But I think so much of it's just so independent. I think I was talking to some of the kids out there too, and they're all talking shit. But I think a lot of like if we look at the world records all time, natty or nah, and natty's a little skewed because it's gotten more popular over the last 5 years, so the talent pool is bigger, rather than natty wasn't that popular over the last 30 years, so we don't have the data. But let's say we could fast forward 20 years. I think a lot of that data will show, even though Dave Ricks is a good indicator. Like he won IPF Worlds like 5 years in a row and had the all-time natty squat record into his 50s for the 198. Ellis McLean had the bench record there. He might even still at 198, and he was in his like late 30s. I think like getting into your 40s, if you haven't fucked yourself up too much in your 30s, and you didn't start too late, you'd have to kind of be training and have like me, actually. Like if I cruise pretty good training wise, and then I crank things up in my 40s, I think I could easily still be my strongest of like 45.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, just because it's just years. It's just cranking. It's learning your body. My training will probably look different than when I was 20, but yeah, I think your strongest I've felt, or the strongest you can feel, is just like always right in front of you if you want it.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I have like two instances. One of them was like the first time I ever felt strong. I was in high school, just really started lifting weights, had like a lifting class, 5 days a week, whatever. And I wasn't very aggressive about it at the time. Like, I sort of came from the nerd side, and like finding a way to fit in there is it's your PE class, and my knees were shitty anyway. And if I was going to take a PE class, I needed to be something that I could like work around that, and something that didn't have running. And it'd probably been 3, 4, 5 months, something like that. And I was at home. My dad had rented a cement mixer, and he had used it, and then needed to get it into the pickup to take it back. And so he asked me to help him. And when I went to pick it up, like I almost put it on his shoulder, I was so much stronger than I expected to be. Yeah, I was like, whoa, wait. He's like, hang on. And like, it's not like I had the light side or anything. And
Right.
we were like, load should have been equal. I just had no idea.
Yeah, you had an ounce of training, and
I had zero clue that was going to happen. And then the other one probably is when I squatted 650, which was like at least a 60-pound PR in a meet. And I just had no idea.
Yeah, a little adrenaline cranking.
No idea that was even going to be possible. Like, I still can't believe it. Like I look back at it now, the video's not terrible. I had somebody who knew what they were doing, judging on at least one side. So I was like,
yeah, you're in it. I didn't think about it like that. In that case, there's probably two instances. Also, one, we were playing like flag football and PE, and we wouldn't really like set the rules. And PE goes like half the kids don't even play and half the kids do. Yeah. But like we had a bunch of dudes that were really playing, and I think my team kind of sucked or something. So like I let someone receive the kickoff on my team. I just said, yo, follow me. And I just like lay out like the three biggest dudes in my class, just head over heels, just blocking them, just bop, bop, bop. But it actually turned into a fight later. Kid tried to fight me. Oh my God. And I fucking yeeted him too. And this is probably like sophomore, junior year when I was like a little more angry and edgy. But yeah, so like one kid comes up, fucking bop him, literally head over heels. He goes crazy. Next one comes up, bop, head over heels. Next one, bop, head over heels. I felt really strong. And then later, I'm just playing catch. Like, class is over. It's like lunch break, and we're just playing catch. And some kid's like, hey, give me the fucking ball. I'm like, knock it off, bro. I'm playing. And then he, like, jumps on my back, and same thing. I just fucking grab his shirt from behind my back and chuck him onto the ground so fast. And some of that was definitely, like, my adrenaline anger stuff. Mm-hmm. And around the similar time, I had been training in the gym 2 or 3 years. But I remember, like, yeah, puberty's all hitting, right? It's like, I probably went through it more like 7th, 8th grade, but, like, you're starting to feel it out. Sophomore to junior year, it was one of the hardest trainings I ever did in the gym and in basketball. Like, I just really cranked things up because I had a really bad sophomore, not really bad in hindsight, but not a great sophomore season. Mm-hmm. And I'm training with like literally NFL players, starting linebacker for University of Washington. My trainer's son was starting O-line at Nevada for Kaepernick at the time. Like, I'm training around fucking freaks. And they're obviously lifting more than me. They're fucking 300 pounds. But I'm, like, hanging, Like, I'm hanging. I'm probably benching 185, 225, and they're benching 275, 315. But, like, we're jamming. Where normally I was like, oh, that's the basketball kid. And you could tell. Like, I was a separate beast. I was, like, the one white kid and the one basketball kid. So, like, that probably 2 times I'm like, all right, like, I'm a little different than some of these kids around here. And I just knew it from early, too. Because I was really, like, I was shitting on people in basketball when I was young, Yeah. I was really shitting. I was, like, 6th grade, I was shitting on folks. I went to, like, the best basketball camps in NorCal and was winning MVP. Like, I was built like this in 7th grade, Yeah. So, like, of course I'm going to shit on people. I'm 190 pounds right now, 5'10". I was probably 5'9", 175 then. I was the same dude. Same attitude, so... Yeah, I kind of knew. I just kind of knew early. That's probably why I should have played football.
Yeah, scrappy.
Yeah. or like Olympic weightlifting. That's in hindsight. That or soccer. It's probably what my little stubby body's built for.
I should probably have done Olympic weightlifting, except my shoulders are fucked up. But I can certainly get down.
Yeah, some overheads.
Yeah.
That shit's hard. That shit's hard. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all listening. New episodes Wednesday and Friday. Check out Legion Supplements. Code Good Company always saves you money on there if you want to check out some of their evidence-based. They have all the health stuff that we talk about if you don't want to get fucking sick, all the vitamin D, B complexes, multivitamins, as well as recently I've been slamming the non-stim pre-workout. Great pumps. Everything feels good. Check them out. Legion Athletics. Code Good Company. And as always, 3sb.co for all your luxury training apparel. Yeah, Christmas season. Grab your gifts for your friends. I'm Solid Mike, where you want to find me, and we'll catch you on Friday.
I am at the Jim McDonald on all those social media. This show is 50% facts, where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers. 50% facts is a Spreaker Prime podcast in association with iHeartMedia on the Obscure Celebrity Network. And if you're ordering a gift for someone from us for Christmas, do it real soon. Real soon. So we can get a little mail out. So that's why mail delivery or mail pickup here. So hit it like soon. We'll talk to you next time. Should we see if Dean wants to do Home Alone?
Yeah, we definitely try.
Home Alone. What's this meme going around yesterday? Well, I saw it yesterday.